Good morning. Good morning. Man, I am back from vacation. Took a few days off. Hope you guys missed me because I missed you guys. And I have been looking forward to this Trooper Steve on patrol for the past couple of days. And I am currently in the back parking lot of the Clermont Police Department. Now, this department, I gotta give them props. This headquarters is gorgeous, located on the top of a hill, looking over on the city of Claremont, and they're located just west of the county line in Lake County. They are a fairly large police department here, and they're always evolving, always doing some new things, and they're introducing some new technology. And I want to introduce you guys to a gentleman named Captain Strickland. Captain Strickland is with the Clermont Police Department, and he is taking on some new roles here at the department. Sir, thanks for joining me here in
my pleasure.
In Results One. This is what I call my truck. I got to brand it somehow, right?
Okay.
So, sir, thanks for spending some time with me. So, a little caveat: we are streaming here on clickorlando.com. Our app, the WKMG News 6 app, and we have a smart TV app. You should get it for your house. It's called News 6 Plus, and you can basically download it like YouTube, and it plays whatever we have going on. So right now, we're featuring us right now on clickorlando.com with you guys here. So you guys have made some notifications to us that you are welcoming in some new technology to the Clermont Police Department. And I'm all about advancements in technology, especially when it's proactive policing or even just reactive to be able to help solve things. But first, I want to know a little bit about you. How long have you been with the department here?
I've been with Claremont since 2007.
Okay.
I've been in the profession since 96.
All locally?
Started my career in South Florida, in
All
Miramar,
right.
Then moved into Dundee after a few years, and then eventually ended up here.
Man, you went from real South Florida policing. When you say Miramar, I'm familiar. Being a trooper, you get familiarized with some of these departments down south. What brought you up here to Central Florida?
Well, I was born and raised in this area. I was actually born in Claremont. Attended Groveland High School back when they still had their own high school and such. I moved away, joined the Marine Corps.
All right, simplified.
And after my time in the Corps, came back here, went through the academy here in Lake County. South Florida was paying a lot more money than anyone was around here.
I bet, man.
I applied with Miramar and started down there.
And then now you're a captain here.
And now I'm a captain here.
So what has your time been like now that I always get excited when people get to come and do policing back home. So like people thought I was crazy, joined the highway patrol. I was in the Air Force and then joined out Tyndall. They showed up. And then next thing I know, I'm putting on my dream sheet. I want to go to Osceola County, Orange County. And I ended up back there. People are like, why? For me, I thought it was just really cool to come back right to where it all started. How was it for you to end up back here in Claremont?
It was interesting. Ironically, it was just during the first maybe year that I started running into people that I knew from school.
That must have been interesting.
Yeah, and not necessarily in a good way.
It never is in a good way.
But no, it's nice. It's nice. This was a community that I actually grew up in Groveland, but I mean Claremont. I had a lot of memories in Claremont.
Oh yeah, you got to pass through it in order to get everywhere. So you get your introductions there.
Back then, Claremont ended at Highway 27.
It was done.
Yeah.
Now you guys are incorporating so much. You have more residents here than I think the city ever thought. You guys have apartments and homes going up all over the place, and your department is growing, which means you guys have to do things in order to keep up, right?
Yeah, when I started here in 07, I think we were somewhere around 40 officers or so, and we're slated for 92 right now, which for those listening, we are hiring.
Right, Clermont Police Department is actively hiring.
Join CPDFL.com.
There you go. I'm all about the plugs, and especially you guys have a great command here. You have Chief Broadway.
We do.
Has done a lot of great things here for the city.
He has. He's really advanced this department in his tenure here.
Well, I always judge based off of community involvement. I'm all about taking bad guys to jail, thumping when it needs to happen, but at the same time, if you're not embedded in the community, what kind of policing are you really doing? Kind of thing. And I think since Chief's been here, you guys are everywhere. You have involvement with charity organizations that I'm even familiar with. whether it's a 5K or raising funds for a local charity, you guys are there, and it's changed kind of the way Claremont is perceived, I think.
Chief's actually attending an event with the Boys and Girls Club this morning.
Nice. That's pretty cool. So we're here because you have some cool technology, and obviously Results One's filled with a whole bunch of stuff. I'm very interested because you guys earlier, mid-June, only a couple of weeks ago, introduced the use of drones.
We did.
Talk to me a little bit about that.
Well, I like to use the pun that it took 4 years to get this program off the ground.
But
Dad joke.
I love it.
When we initially started, it was brought to my attention there was a House bill going through that was going to limit the manufacturers that we could use. So they ended up putting a big delay in things because, of course, we didn't want to waste taxpayer money buying something that we were going to have to
sell off and all that stuff. Yeah.
So the council approved the drones, like you said. I think it was back in June or so, and we got them in. They're Skydio X10s.
Okay.
We looked at a bunch, attended several shows, conferences, and settled with Skydio. They've been a pretty good partner with us on this thus far, and we think they're the top of the line right now.
On what is authorized for policing here in the state
Correct.
of Florida. Now,
they're American made, which was a
big thing.
A big thing for this whole restriction on drone usage.
When you guys are using these, or what is the purpose? Because I could tell people all day, look, they're going to be out there. It's for proactive. It's to reduce response times. It's to get an aerial view. But to hear it from you guys, what is the purpose of Clermont Police Department introducing these drones?
It is all about aerial intelligence.
Okay.
And being able to feed real-time information back to a command post, command center, so that those making the big decisions have more information available to them. They're not used for surveillance and such. There's a Florida statute out there that limits.
Strong. It's
very strong,
clear.
very strong, very clear on what they can be used for as far as surveillance goes. And it'd be like most anything else. It would require a search warrant signed off by a judge to do that. But the proactive stuff that the scenarios that we use these for is looking for missing persons.
Yeah.
Being able to search the
you cover ground real quick, like that.
Very quick, and you also get into some of these. We still have some wooded area left in Claremont.
Just a little bit, right?
Just a little bit. So it makes it easier to go through and get that aerial intelligence over them. Fleeing suspects. Yep.
So active crimes.
Active crimes, yes. If we have a perimeter set up with our officers, we can get a drone in there real quick that can look and see where our units are and try to straighten out that perimeter.
Now, are these cameras on these drones equipped with, say, some of the same equipment that you would rely from a helicopter?
Absolutely. Yeah, we have the thermal cameras.
So you're able to basically install this in theory into a patrol unit that is out, and if they need to, pop it up. I know that that sounds a lot because these things are very expensive, but in theory, these are operational for patrol.
Correct. They're housed in a Pelican type strong case.
Okay.
The select officers who have to be licensed by the FAA, they will take them out with them on patrol, and they'll have them in their car.
Okay.
And so when the call happens,
Gotta love live streaming when they think they just walk up and tell the captain to move his car. Hello.
Yeah.
Mr. Tack Vest over there.
That's our Marine patrol. He's trying to get the boat out.
Trying to get his boat. So what I'll do is I'll back up while we're sitting here talking so he doesn't start complaining, because I know how these Marine guys can get. I'm going to put the Marine guy on camera so you could see, guys. That's who he was, Mr. I get to wear a cool uniform and go drive a boat. But, hey.
Officer Chan, fellow Marine there.
Right there. I'm just, I'm jealous because FHP doesn't have any boats in their fleet. So we got to do an FWC stuff for that. But this is, in theory, a tool that is just like everything else that you guys have.
It's just another tool in the tool belt.
That's it.
Yeah.
Just look, if the circumstance presents itself where I can get eyes in the sky really quick to get results for either finding somebody, God forbid it's a lost child, mental health has become really big on awareness, autistic individuals within your community. One, you guys are probably aware of where they're located if they notify you, but you can launch up and hopefully stop a 2-day search and get it down just a couple hours.
Yeah.
Man.
There's been you know, I've been doing this for a long time, and there's been several scenarios in my career that I can think back on and wonder if the outcome wouldn't have been different had we had technology like this.
If you just had a drone just to launch.
Just had a drone.
What a time to be alive. Like, it's little stuff that I get excited about, like these mics. I get excited because now all of a sudden it takes one mic attaching to one thing and everyone could hear me clearly. And it's like, now you drive out, you get a mass call, you're setting a perimeter up, and within a couple minutes you don't even have to wait for the helicopter to show up. You just launch a drone.
Right.
So cool.
And we have a great partnership with Lake County Sheriff's
course.
Office.
No,
who
I'm
has the
not-
helicopter,
yeah.
and you know they respond whenever they can, and we ask them to. But we can get that drone up much quicker. And the last numbers somebody quoted me, and I have no idea if it's true or not, but the last numbers I was quoted was like $700 an hour cost to operate that helicopter.
Wow.
So I mean, you know,
but policing does cost a lot of money because
it does.
You're hitting real life tragic situations, and there is no price tag on stuff like that.
But I can get that drone up in the area like within a couple minutes.
And it's up, ready to go.
Ready to go.
Awesome. Are you willing to show us
Sure.
some of that? Awesome. So I'll meet you outside of the truck, and when I come over there, I'm going to give you a mic just to attach onto your shirt there for a second. So I'll let you head out there, and I'll meet you over there.
Sounds like a plan.
Awesome, sir. Thank you. So, guys, what you're going to witness here is you're going to see Captain Strickland give us a full demonstration, really, of this amazing equipment. I'm pretty excited about it. Give me a second. We're going to switch over some of our awesome technology here so we could see what is going on, and you guys can be aware of exactly what is going on. Switching cameras, stand by. A little up close and personal to my face there, but it's all good. And you should be able to hear me. So I'm going to tone that down just a little bit, and based off of what I'm seeing, you guys can hear me. So let's get out of results one here, go meet up with Captain Strickland so you guys can really see what is taking place. I've got my nifty mics with me, and let's see how this goes. We have our producer of the Clicko studio, Thomas Mates, standing by my ear. If anything goes wrong, he'll give us a shout, but I think this is going to look good. So let's hop on out. Boys and Girls Club, obviously they're getting ready out here because they're going to show some of the really cool stuff that they've got. The Marine unit getting ready to head out there this morning and check a few things out. So let's come over here. So this is some of the equipment they have right here. I'm going to pin on a mic to Captain Strickland here. If you want to just put that on your shirt anywhere, I'll let you know if it registers. Give me 1 second. And he should be, and you're connected. Look at that. Gosh, technology.
Technology. Living in the future.
Living in the future. So Captain Strickland, kind of tell me a little bit of what we have here in this Pelican box.
This is the Skydio X10 with the infrared attachments, spotlight, stuff that allows for nighttime ops on this. It does have, like we mentioned earlier, the infrared camera. The regular camera has an incredible zoom on it. I can't quote the megapixels or anything on that off the top of my head, but suffice to say, you can read a tag from a long distance away with this thing.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Like, I'm looking at the size of this. It's fairly large in theory to your average consumer drone.
It is. It does fold up into a much smaller package, but with the attachments, you need the bigger case so you can leave it out. But it does fold up.
And those are lights, like LED lights on the bottom there. That's a spotlight that I'm seeing right here.
Yes, this is a spotlight. I haven't personally tried this out at night, but members of my team that has says it will light up a parking lot.
This is
it was
amazing.
Pretty impressive little light.
Okay.
So do we want to put it in the air?
Let's put this thing in the air. How many do you guys currently have?
We have two.
Two of these. And when do you guys think that these will be routinely put into operation? Because let's be real, it takes training. It takes familiarization. It does. You have to have two officers present in order to launch this thing?
Ideally, yes, because, you know, as you know, you're an officer. Situational awareness is important, and you got to keep your head on a swivel when you're on these scenes and such. And my drone operators, you know, their eyes are going to be stuck in this controller here. So
you have a full display screen right here in front of you.
I do. I also have the ability to live stream this to, like I said earlier, a command post or something like that.
Okay.
I can also connect this hardwired, like if I had a TV monitor
here
or something here, it could
So at an
feed it
active
there.
scene to where you have a command center set up, this would be ideal for other command elements to be able to witness what operational teams have on the ground and
Absolutely.
what they're doing.
Absolutely.
I like this. This is really cool. So you guys, what you're seeing here, they're prepping it. It's on the ground. He just turned it on. This obviously does not look like your average consumer drone. It has a lot of bells and whistles. You can see here in the front, the camera, IR lenses, and these, the definite, what would you call the blades? You can tell I'm not a drone expert, guys. Are quite large. You're looking at a three blades per rotor. I'm really excited to see this thing go up. You can see the captain here has a full display.
It's smart enough to tell me that I had this plugged in upside down.
Yeah, full display monitor there, so it's not like you're automatically having to attach to a phone. This is automatically synced up because that controller comes with the device. You guys have seen my drone. I've got to sync my phone, then we lose control and the Wi-Fi connection's bad. So, Captain Strickland, show us what you got.
All right.
So you're seeing here, control it there, he's launched. Man.
So I obviously wasn't operating in any kind of a hurry or stressful situation or anything here, but you see, like, I mean, what are we talking about, a minute and a half? And I had the thing out of the case and up in the air. All right, and so it's got a lot of autonomous flight capabilities and stuff in it. I can point it to a target, and it'll follow that target and fly on its own. It's got obstacle avoidance. I have flown it through that wooded area over there without hitting anything.
The control, how do you feel behind this type of controller compared to like a touch screen? Because this seems pretty comfortable.
This is, I mean, at its core, this is still a phone. This is like a Samsung Galaxy something or another that's in here. But it's customized heavily for Skydio.
Right.
And it's very capable. Very
right,
capable.
and the clarity on this is pretty clear. It's sitting there stable. It looks extremely stable in the sky. It is large. It is noticeable. It's not like this thing can just sit and it's hidden in the sky. Like you see it.
It is, but it's fairly quiet.
I was just about to say it's silent. You're not really causing a scene with this kind of thing.
Right.
Have we used this yet in operation?
We have. We have used it for looking for burglary suspects on some vehicle burglaries.
I could see that screen.
Oh, absolutely.
Wow. And you can see right there from the parking lot, everything. This is crystal clear, Captain.
I don't want to zoom in on, those are residences.
Yeah, we
there,
can zoom it towards us. Let's have it face us and we can see what we look like here. See results.
So there's results 1 right there. So let's zoom in on results 1. And,
Captain, the clarity on this is insane. So is this a 4K or a 1080p kind of view?
I don't know what this screen resolution is, but the camera's more than that.
Wow.
So we are at 21 times zoom right now looking at results 1.
And that has to be, what, 100 feet in the air? 167?
167 feet.
And you were zoomed in right on the hood of the car.
Let's see.
Wow.
128 zoom is what I can do now.
And you're right up on the hood.
You can see it's a digital zoom. So you lose a little bit of clarity at that, but...
But this is the proof that you could read a tag easily with this type of drone. Wow. So what other capabilities? How long can it stay in the air? Do you your battery time for something like
Roughly
this?
40 minutes.
Okay.
With these batteries, each one of our drones came with 4 batteries though, so we can hot swap them out when they come in.
It's staying up in the sky.
And so if you have a mobile charger with you, the idea is you can bring it, land it, put a new battery in it, throw it up, throw the current battery in the charger, and just keep leapfrogging that way, and so indefinitely.
I absolutely love it. If we bring it down a little bit so we can see this thing, man, it does a nosedive and everything.
Oh,
it's
very responsive.
It seems like the wind doesn't bother it.
No.
Stays fairly stable. So guys, as you see it come through here, this is a very awesome piece of equipment. And what you've heard Captain Strickland kind of explain is this is for active crimes in order to catch maybe a fleeing suspect. The idea of maybe search and rescue. Someone going for a hike gets lost and is unable to
I did not move that up and over the car there. It did that itself.
So it has motion movement. It can avoid obstacle avoidance.
So that's what I was trying to show there. Like, that's the chief's vehicle, so I'm being pretty brave, like, going after it. And it's finding its own way around it.
Gotcha. So even if you wanted to drive it into something, it's not going to do it?
No.
So if you leave it right there, can I get up close to it?
Sure.
Okay. You could hear that slight buzz.
You want me to spin it around?
That'd be great. So guys, this is about probably 1 foot by 1 foot in diameter in total size. I can feel the wind actively blowing from here, from behind, and you could feel that this drone is a powerful drone. The equipment on it is pretty amazing. Up close here, you could see the camera lens. If I was to approach it, would it back up?
Away from you.
All right, so we're going to try this. Let's back, and it's moving. Whoa. So watch. We're going to go towards it. Pretty cool. It has lights around it. Do you have control of the spotlight from there?
By the positioning of the drone.
By the positioning of the drone.
Correct. I can turn the spotlight on and off from the controller, but the movement of it is the movement of the drone.
Could you turn it on? Look at that, guys. Spotlight. And Captain Strickland has indicated that this at night, I'm looking at it, is just extremely bright. And you can see that this thing, man, I'm just blown away. If you can't tell, I'm like a kid in a candy shop right now. So this is one of two drones that you guys currently have.
They're both identical and identically equipped. So the same infrared capabilities, the same spotlight. We have loudspeakers for them too. The loudspeakers haven't come in yet.
Okay.
But we did order loudspeakers so
that you could communicate with somebody.
We find a missing person out in a wooded area. We can give them instructions on how to find their way out, or
whatever.
So forth, so on.
Yeah, because the last thing you want is someone out there maybe being a little scared that this drone's above, and you could be like, no, we're the Clermont Police Department.
Correct.
Follow the drone. We're going to get you out of here kind of thing. So cool. And what you heard Captain Strickland say earlier, this can stay in the sky for up to 40 minutes.
Yeah, roughly 40 minutes, 45 minutes. It really depends on wind conditions and what you're doing with the drone. At a steady idle like this, it'll be closer to that 45-minute mark on a calm day like today. But obviously, if the wind's blowing, it's having to counteract the wind and stuff. It's going to use up more of that battery.
So at least you're getting a solid 30 minutes no matter what.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Definitely beating your average consumer drone, which you're popping up maybe 15 minutes.
We'll go through a battery before the helicopter could get here.
Absolutely. Yeah. Which is cool because then you could relieve them and they could stay up.
And this can actually fly in inclement weather as well. I mean, not our heavy downpours like we had a couple nights ago.
We're not launching up in a hurricane kind of thing.
But 27-mile-an-hour winds and rain. It can take the rain.
And it'll maintain.
Yeah, it'll, in conditions.
You know, you mentioned something
that you can't fly the helicopter in.
You mentioned something that's that kind of stuck out to me here. After a storm, this would be great.
Oh, absolutely.
For just to survey, to see if you can get units in, damage assessment. Can we get rescue units into a certain area, or are you telling people, hold in place, give us some time to get to you? This saves a lot of manpower and can save some lives too.
It can. And that's one of our goals with this thing is to partner with our fire department as well for the disaster response. Type stuff. And be eyes in the sky for them as well.
No, I absolutely love it. And the fact that you guys taking some time with us today just to show off your equipment. I like to call it toys, but definitely some really cool equipment. I appreciate it, sir.
I'm known as the tech guy around here, so
Hey, you gotta have somebody, yeah. Not everybody likes the techie stuff until the fun stuff comes in. So
right.
you at least get to both sides of the world. So when can, say, the citizens of Claremont expect to see something like this out and about? Should they say, hey, I saw a Claremont officer flying a drone. Is this active and running already?
Yeah, this is active and running.
Okay.
This is active and running. The way it works is we typically always have a pilot on duty.
Okay.
That can deploy.
So you're proactively training your officers to be ready.
We are. I have 4 pilots now. I have 2 more that are scheduled to take the test here soon to get us up to 6. The goal is to have 1 on every squad.
That can just come by and if they need it, launch it.
Right. Yeah. The goal is to always have somebody that has 1 in their car, out on the road, ready to go.
Love it. Now, with certain things, would it need approval to be launched?
Supervisor approval.
So an on-duty road sergeant.
Correct.
Would be like, hey, you're clear to launch your drone.
Correct. And so I don't know how well this will come out on camera, but I'll show you a little bit of the top speed on this.
All right, go for it. So I read that you're talking 45 miles an hour top speed on something like this. Is that correct?
Right now I'm doing 36.
Wow. Man, you can hear those rotors just really...
It's a powerful machine.
And you know, it's pretty. I like it. Like, it's a good-looking techie device.
It looks like an alien bug.
It does look like an alien bug. That's a good way to... Do you guys have call signs for it yet?
We have just nicknamed them.
Okay.
Todd 1 and Todd 2 for Tech Ops Drone 1 and Tech Ops Drone 2.
I'm here for that, Captain.
Yeah,
I am here for that. Todd 1 and Todd 2, but nothing official.
Nothing official.
At least you guys are taking the acronym and making something of it, so that's kind of cool. So, Captain Strickland, I just want to say thank you for having us out here today. Anytime I get to do a cool stream that's not talking about the common sense stuff people are supposed to be doing and featuring stuff like this is always a plus. I hope the citizens out here can appreciate this. And if they have questions, I tell people, reach out to the Clermont Police Department. Don't just assume things. Don't just assume that they're doing things that you don't agree with the drone. Ask them. They have policies in place so that they're doing it the right way. They're doing it under the new legal guidance of the state of Florida. And in return, it's keeping you guys safe. You got to think about this. How often people getting lost on trails, dementia patients, all sorts of different things. And
we're proud of the work that we do here at Claremont PD, and we love the opportunity to show it off.
I can tell by the smile. Not many captains you see with a drone display and a smile like that, especially with such an extensive career. So, Captain, I really appreciate you, sir. Thank you for having me out here today.
Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, I'm going to wrap this up real quick with the guys, and then I'll be right back out here with you guys.
Sounds
so
like
you guys see, that's Todd hanging out in the background. Todd 1, keeping the citizens of Clermont Police Department safe. And ultimately, what did we learn here? They have welcomed 2 new drones to their fleet. They've also, it's used for search and recovery, active crimes, and of course, storm kind of damage survey and things like that. So find out more over at clickorlando.com. News 6 Plus, the News 6 app. I'm Trooper Steve here live at Clermont Police Department with Trooper Steve on patrol. Have a great day, guys.